This morning, President Biden and G7 leaders will have a virtual meeting to discuss Russia's ongoing war against Ukraine.
This after Russian forces unleashed missiles on several cities, killing at least 11 people. NBC's Bree Jackson is live in Washington. And Bree, President Biden spoke with Ukrainian President Zelensky about the attacks.
That's right. Good morning, Dave, Maureen. Well, during a phone call with Ukraine's president, President Biden pledged to help Ukraine defend itself and renewed calls for Russia to withdraw troops from Ukraine. This as Russia's president vows to continue his attacks. Russia launching its biggest missile attack in months, unleashing 84 rockets and 24 drones on Ukraine, smashing civilian targets, including a children's playground. The United Nations condemning the violence during an emergency session.
The entire world has once again seen the true face of the terrorist state that kills our people.
To show solidarity with Ukraine, protests are taking place across the U.S. Delivering his nightly address amid the rubble in Kyiv, Ukraine's president says Russia is trying to wipe us off the face of the earth. He's addressing G7 leaders on the situation this morning. Russian President Vladimir Putin says the attack is in retaliation for a bridge explosion that damaged a critical supply route. Ukraine has not publicly taken responsibility for the blast, but it serves as another devastating blow to Putin's war. Thousands are fleeing Russia to avoid a recent draft.
Putin feels as though his efforts are failing. And in so many ways they are, and in particular, the ground war is going badly against him at this point.
More than 7 months into the war, and Ukraine is not backing down, instead urging allies to continue to provide military support.
To protect Ukrainian civilians and prevent more attacks on critical infrastructure, there has to be strong response from the West.
President Biden promising advanced air defense systems to Ukraine and pledging to hold Russia accountable for its aggression. And Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin travels to Brussels today. While there, he'll meet with NATO officials and host a meeting of about 50 nations that are all working together to try to help to provide aid to Ukraine. Maureen?
And Bree, it looks like more aid is on the way for Ukraine after Monday's brutal missile attacks. How much aid has the U.S. provided Ukraine so far at this point?
Yeah, Maureen, the Biden administration has signed off on quite a bit of aid to Ukraine. In fact, since President Biden took office, the administration has pledged or provided $17.5 billion to Ukraine. The latest installment was around $625 million. That went toward arms, ammunition, and other equipment.
All right, Bree Jackson, thank you so much for the update live from Washington, D.C. for us this morning.